A lot of people claim to have the perfect morning routine, but let's be honest, most of them are bullshit.
What is your morning routine?
I get out of bed and I go outside.
As naked as possible.
As soon as you wake up, eat something.
Skip breakfast.
Cold plunge.
So I dug into the science to figure out which morning habits are actually going to improve your life and which ones you should avoid. To put this to the test, I brought in a long-time morning routine hater to see if this routine can literally work for anyone.
So what exactly is your problem with morning routines?
I think a lot of the hype around morning routines is look at this successful person. I'm going to follow this morning routine that they do. When in reality, I think the people usually being copied for these are successful for a host of reasons that have nothing to do with what they do in the morning.
I am curious if you'd be open to trying a morning routine. Just taking protocols that are actually science-backed just for 2 weeks. Like, would you be willing to try it?
I would give that a go.
Oh, I hate mornings.
To measure Brendan's progress, we'll be tracking Brendan's weight and strength improvements in the gym. In addition to this, he'll be using an Apple Watch to monitor his sleep. And finally, I'll be having him simply grade his days in regards to his work efficiency and overall mood. This one will be a great indicator of any perceived benefits that he experiences.
These are my scores so far.
First protocol is to use an alarm clock to avoid using your phone to start the day. No notification checking, no scrolling, just getting straight into protocol 2, which is taking in natural light to start your day. Consistently getting morning sunlight helps to trigger early day cortisol production, as well as to balance your circadian rhythms.
Good news is I am up and out of bed, not on my phone, which all feels pretty good. The bad news is the sun isn't actually up yet.
But fortunately for Brendan, getting natural light into your eyes at any point throughout the first 2 hours of the day has been found to improve sleep quality at night and energy throughout the day. The next priority is to take care of hydration. After sleeping for ideally 8 hours, getting in just 500 milliliters to start the day helps to prevent dehydration and help improve your cognition, regulate your hunger, and improve your mood.
When do you normally work out?
I would say generally I get my workout in after lunch or when I've just wrapped up work.
While getting exercise at any point in the day is going to be good for you, what's unique about starting your day with exercise is that it actually leads to healthier choices throughout the course of your day. An analysis of over 5,000 subjects compared people who work out in the morning, afternoon, and evening. And on average, the group that worked out in the morning maintained a healthier diet and a slimmer waistline compared to the afternoon and evening groups.
I am interested to see if working out in the morning and having that time free in the evening will actually help me wind down faster.
So this will be a good test then.
I think so. Just tell me when I get to eat.
If you're exercising first thing in the morning, then you want to prioritize enough protein in your diet to fuel your recovery and prevent breakdown. So if you have a target of, say, 120 grams of protein per day, studies have shown that getting a higher portion of that intake in the morning is actually going to be better for muscle growth compared to getting the bulk of your protein later on in the day. Personally, I like to aim for 30 to 40 grams with each breakfast. I've also found it's a good idea to try to habit stack by also getting supplements that my diet is usually deficient in, which includes omega-3 fish oils, vitamin D, and just a general multivitamin to sort of cover my bases. Which leaves us with the most important protocol saved for last. Just kidding.
Oh, I think I lost a contact.
Let the test begin.
So today I'm going to be working at Built with Science, so I am getting my morning sunlight in as I walk to catch the train. I have prepped some overnight oats, which I'm going to eat as soon as I get there, and then I'm going to try and get in a workout before I start my shift.
Okay, so I feel like doing a leg workout any day of the week always is brutal, but doing it to start your day, I feel cooked. And it's only 8:30.
And while Brendan was consistently checking off each item from his morning routine, our data from his first 3 days, it wasn't very promising.
These are my scores so far.
Okay. Really? You slept for 5 hours and 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm realizing I have a lot of wake up times in my sleep. Wow. So even though I'm in bed and I think I'm asleep for 7 to 8 hours, losing about an hour a night, hour 15 to wake ups.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to experience the benefits of a morning routine when you're not sleeping nearly long enough.
The good news is like every night so far, the sleep has gotten better, and every day the score has gotten better. Though I wouldn't say they've been great days yet.
We gotta figure that out.
In order to try and fix some of the sleep problems I've been having, I'm going to try cutting off screen time completely for the last hour before I go to bed. Instead, just winding down with a book that will hopefully get me in bed earlier. And once I actually start feeling tired after reading, I'm just going to kill the lights and try going to sleep. The second change I'm going to make is instead of starting tomorrow with heavy weight training that makes me feel exhausted through the rest of the morning, I'm going to try just to mix it up, going outside and getting in some light cardio for about 30 minutes. So hopefully instead of feeling exhausted after my workout, I'll actually feel a little more energized and ready to start the day.
So while Brendan is skipping, this may be a good time to mention that Brendan and I have been training with CrossRope for over 3 years now, and it remains one of my favorite ways to integrate cardio into a full body workout that's fun, low impact, and can virtually be done anywhere.
Okay, 20 minutes in, heart rate's in the 140s, and I don't feel like I'm dying. I'm not gonna do this for a full hour like I do my weight training, but this is improvement. This is a good start.
CrossRope's versatility allows you to adjust your workouts to your current needs or skill level. So whether you're a complete beginner like I was, or someone who's been training consistently, CrossRope makes progressing with your training easy.
Okay, that's enough heavy rope.
So if you want to give CrossRope a try for yourself, use our link below and use our code GOALGUYS for 15% off at checkout.
Okay, so workout is done, sunlight exposure is in, and it is not quite 7 a.m. yet, so pretty good start so far. That said, I am gonna have a pretty packed day today, so I actually feel like this will be a really good test if following the protocols with a better night's sleep actually makes the rest of my day any better. Here we go.
With Brendan about to enter his second week testing out these protocols, I wanted to see if we could try out some additional habits that I find personally helpful to start my day with. The first being prioritizing the most mentally demanding task of your day first. I find starting my days with the most difficult task gives me the most focus and energy to put towards it, complete it, and then switch gears to move on to easier tasks for the rest of my day.
Okay, so it is 1 p.m. and here is how things are going so far. I am still on my first task.
And while it may feel like you're getting off to a slow start, once your hardest task is complete, I've found that I actually fly through my easier tasks throughout the remainder of the day. The second bonus protocol for the morning is to track your weight. The most consistent time that I find to weigh myself is after I've woken up, use the bathroom, weigh myself and track it. And this just helps me have a gauge of whether I'm gaining or losing weight and how I'm progressing with some of my fitness goals.
I have lost almost 1.5 pounds in this first week. That is a good sign.
And because a lot of these protocols can be done in less than 10 minutes, it's pretty easy to batch them together.
So I have my supplements, my water, getting in the sunlight, so I am taking care of 3 protocols all in one. I've been getting more work done. I've had better workouts, and yeah, can't complain today.
With Brendan seeing progress on the scale and starting to get more work done throughout his days, nearly every metric that we were measuring was headed in the right direction, except for one.
I did not have the best sleep last night, and I want nothing more than to just hit snooze on that alarm and go back to bed.
despite all the changes he was making, Brendan was still consistently getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night.
Honestly, I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna keep tracking, but I am just not gonna look at the results when I wake up. I think looking at those numbers is getting in my head and messing with my sleep as much as anything else.
And before we find out how 2 weeks on these protocols actually impacted Brendan's sleep, weight, and overall productivity, I want to talk about some of the protocols that I deliberately chose not to include in this list because the research shows that they're kind of overrated. Starting with prioritizing an extremely early wake up time.
3 o'clock in the morning.
You wake up at 4 o'clock.
Every day at 5 a.m.
According to Dr. Matthew Walker, about 60% of the population is wired towards waking up later. And simply forcing yourself to start your day at 4 a.m. is usually just going to mean you are getting less sleep. The second overrated protocol is delaying caffeine intake. A recent peer-reviewed study showed that there is no conclusive evidence that intaking caffeine upon waking up leads to an afternoon crash. So just enjoy your coffee whenever you like in the morning. And last but not least, cold exposure. Now, cold exposure is not bad. There are actually lots of things that are promising about it. The reason I call it overrated is because there's not a lot of conclusive studies about it. Turns out it's kind of a hard thing to test. But with that, I personally do enjoy cold exposure. It's something I take part in regularly, but the data is just pretty sparse. With that being said, I think the most important thing is to find things that work for you and your schedule. So if some of these things make you feel like you are at your best, then do not let me dissuade you. And now that I think of it, I actually don't know how Brendan made out with all of these science-backed protocols, so we should probably find that out.
So my sleep score for the past week has been
Good.
6 hours and 3 minutes.
Oh no.
This is down from the 6 hour 15 average of week 1.
Dude.
I felt on a lot of these nights when I woke up that I had great sleep.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this is where it's kind of interesting because when I actually scored my days on week 2,
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Dude, there's 10 out of 10s on here.
there are back-to-back 10 out of 10s where I was like, I got everything done I wanted to do. I felt good by the end of the day. I did not miss a workout in the course of this plan.
Yeah.
And I'm also down 3 pounds on the scale.
Dang. And while his average sleep score didn't improve maybe the way we would have liked, his overall productivity in daily scores improved from an average of 6 out of 10 on week 1 up to an 8 out of 10 for week 2. And perhaps most important of all,
I feel like I will probably keep doing most of these protocols.
Wow.
Yeah, it actually, I think, shaped like how I made decisions through the rest of the day, from like what I ate, how many steps I got, because I was getting every day off to a good start. It was kind of a big success.